All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Alex, your toxic dating coach. And today we're going to talk about how to use seductive eye contact to get a guy interested. It doesn't mean it's going to get a guy invested in you, but it's definitely going to get a guy interested, especially if you know him in school, in a professional work setting. I wouldn't recommend you doing this with your boss. It's just not a good look. I would recommend you doing this with anybody that you feel like that will not affect your career. Okay, and this actually works because it's a it sends mixed signals. You see, people are always trying to interpret things, and anytime they get something that's irrational, anytime they get something that they don't understand that goes against the norm, it's really seductive, and it's something that sticks in your mind. I was chatting with with somebody at work, not at work at the YMCA where I go play basketball, and this lady was telling me she was talking to me about how some people weren't going as much, and but her eyes she was telling me about the YMCA, but her eyes were telling me something completely different. And she's cute, don't get me wrong, but the fact that the way that she was looking at me in a very flirtful manner made me find her way more attractive. Okay, now that don't mean I'm gonna go for my fucking from a, I was gonna say a 300 pound gorilla, but from a fucking big old person that I would never find attractive, and then finding her attractive. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if I'm borderline into her, this could push me in a direction towards her. So this is how you do it, right? Um, Essentially, you pretty much talk normally, right? You pretty much talk normally, but then as you're having a conversation, you begin to give them a look almost as though something that they know as well, right? So for example, you could say, "Hey Alexa, how are you?" Right? And I'm like, "I'm pretty good. You?" Right? You get what I'm trying to say? So it could be that you're talking about the weather. You could be like, "Yeah, man, the weather, man, it's so fucking cold out there, man. I cannot stand it." You know what I'm saying? How you feeling? How you feeling out there? Literally that talk, you be like, is it flirting with me? Like, why is he giving me that look? Like, it's almost like you're not. Obviously, if I've created enough social capital with you and I've been polite with you, you're not gonna think it's creepy, but you're definitely gonna say, "Oh, what was that look?" And then you don't talk to him like that all the fucking time, right? You give him that look every few times that you talk, right? So it could be like you guys talk 5 times. Let's just say in a week 5 times. You give him that subtle look like at least one times, right? For example, um, I had a classmate the other day tell me, Delexis, why didn't you go to the museum thing, right? And she didn't even notice it, but again, I notice it because it's unconscious. It's a habit that I do sometimes. It's an unconscious habit that I notice myself do often, right? By the way, I my course Nice Girl is available for sale. You could purchase Nice Girl in the description down below. It's usually available in November and July. I may make it available all year long next year, but I'm just letting you know all month long is going to be available to purchase it. So if you're a nice girl, go purchase it, or else I'm closing the channel. So this girl was like, the Lexus, blah blah blah. Why didn't you go to the museum? And I forgot what I said, but all I know this just to give you an example of how this works. I was like, I gave her a look. I was like, just wanted to stay. I just wanted to just keep drawing, you know. Don't the pause, the look, and then saying something to her, it registers. What is he thinking, right? So, for example, if somebody, when you ask somebody what you did this weekend, and they were like, so Tyrone, what you do this weekend, and you're like, oh, it was nice. It was nice. How about you? You're like, wait a minute, wait a minute, dude, wait a minute, wait a minute. What the fuck happened? You're gonna have to tell me what the fuck happened now, okay? See what I'm trying to say? It's almost like you give them a and then you tell them, right? But they know something's up, right? So that's just a playful type of thing of like, well, it was a decent weekend. Nothing crazy happened, right? And you get curious. But then there is the sexual part where if a girl asks you, if a girl asks me, what am I doing? And I'll be like, um, not much, just going to play basketball. What are you doing? Right? It's all in the subtleness, and then you shut it off, right? Then you shut it off, and then you talk normally. but it's all in the looks, right? So it could be that when you're talking to him, right, you literally lower your head and you look up and you're like, well, of course, that's not the case, and then you act and then you talk normal, right? So you give him a certain look, you lower your nonverbals, you lower the pitch of your tone. So it could be blah blah blah. I'm talking about something, and then all I do is I shut it off and talk a little bit slower with a little bit of deeper voice, with my eyes looking at you with a slight smile, right? All of those things brings people in because it doesn't go with what you're saying. You're sending a mixed signal. You're, I'm saying something, but I'm also communicating with you non-verbally. And the person has to ask themselves, is this on purpose or not? Right? And that kind of not knowing what that look was, it gets stuck in the person's mind. And so they remember when they think of you, they'll remember this flirty look about you, right? But just make sure to keep yourself to be a polite person. Don't be so obvious that you want that dick, okay? Right? It's another thing that you could do is actually not with eye contact, but with just your voice. So it's very similar to what I said. You talk very normal, very polite, but then you bring it down to a more sexier, sexual tone, right? It could be talking about anything, right? It could be, I love playing basketball, but I love watching it a lot more, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Anyways, what are you up to tomorrow, right? You just literally tone it down. Why? Because what it does is that you're pretty much putting sexuality where it shouldn't be, but it's not overt sexuality. It's a type of thing that you could get away with in normal society, as long as you're not somebody who's over sexual, somebody who's known as a creepy, or somebody who as long as you have a good reputation and not known as somebody who will bang the balls for promotion, you could do this and get away with it because a person would just think about that look. It's very similar. I remember one time I was walking down the street and this girl just gave me a look like I want that date look, right? And I was like, that's not a normal look. And I went back to her. I was like, hey, you want that date? I didn't say that, but she gave me that look. It was like a cynical, bad girl type of look. And obviously she was not cynical, but she was definitely the type of girl that her dad would be very, very disappointed. But that look is what got me to approach her, right? You pretty much use your eye contact to invite a guy to approach you, to invite a guy to hit on you, to send mixed signals, to confuse a guy, to make him wonder whether or not you like him or not. So some other things that you could do is when you give him a flirty look, from time to time, you don't even look at the motherfucker. You don't even make eye contact with him. And that's another way to send mixed signals. It's all about sending a mixed signal. It could be, I like you, and then I don't like you. It could be, I'm being super polite, and now I'm giving you a very sexually suggestive look. Which one is it? I don't know, right? All of those things just makes people think about you. By the way, I'm having a seminar December 1st. That's a fact. I'm in New York City. It's going to be about social intelligence and about how to develop social intelligence. I'm very excited about this. It's my course, Male Nature, is not going to come out. I'm postponing it because I want to put out social intelligence first, okay? So check it out. I'll see you guys in the next video, and stay toxic.
All right, so if you're a nice girl, if you're tired of being played, if you're tired of people not respecting you, if you resent that people don't take you seriously, if people just see you as a sex object, if you feel like people are always playing you, I would highly recommend you check out this course called Nice Girl. I rarely put out courses, and every one of my courses is a specific purpose. Psychological game of attraction was for single people. Natural chemistry was for women in relationships. This course is for specific nice girls. Now, most of you guys are nice. Most of you guys have great hearts. Unfortunately, men take advantage of you. So I have this limited time course. Specifically, you guys can only buy it and get access to it July and November. Now, if you purchase it in July or November, you could have access to it all year round. But you could only purchase it July and November. So this month only, you guys can purchase this course. It's only for a limited time, right? So in this course, you're pretty much going to learn about how to set boundaries, how to project a powerful presence, how to create healthy boundaries, how to communicate yourself in an assertive way, how to not let people take advantage of you. Like you're gonna learn the art of how to identify those who are trying to take advantage of you, how to assert yourself, signs of weakness, signs of strength, and how to communicate signs of strength, and how to lower the signs of weakness. All of these things, I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, look, okay? If you just do what this course says, just doing what this course says is gonna improve not only your dating life, but your professional life, your personal life, your social life with your friends and family, because people will always try to test you. People will always see whether or not they can take advantage of you, even a fucking child. So by purchasing this course, you could create a healthy immune system. There are three types of immune system. There is your body's immune system. There is an emotional immune system that you increase through meditation. And then there's a social immune system that is through self-assertion. Okay, so this course will help you build that social immune system to push away certain behaviors from your life and certain people, and by default you attract the right people. So check out that course. One, it's not okay. Look, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's not gonna fix the problems 100%. I'm not here to lie to you guys. I'm here to give you a realistic expectation. Okay, it's not gonna completely change your life from day to night. But if you do what the videos say. Okay, if you're 20% if you're at a 20% in terms of assertiveness, by finishing this course, you could go through it 40%. Now you guys might say, where are the evidence for it? In my life only. Okay, and through people's experience, through applying these methods, and through doing research about what actually helps assertiveness. Okay, so I thoroughly researched this course. I put a lot of thought into it. It's not complete. Next month, I'm going to add another part, which if you buy it now, you're going to have access to it. Okay. So I'll see you guys inside that course, and stay toxic, my friends. Purchase it now or I'm closing the channel. Okay. See you guys inside.